Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to do a super quick video, a tool review, if you will. I'm going to try to do these from time to time, but in this particular case, I bought this thing because I heard a lot of good things about it. I want to test it out for myself. So what I've got is the Central Machinery ultrasonic cleaner. Everybody refers to as Harbor Freight stuff. So I'm going to unbox this thing real quick, get it hooked up, and the first thing I'm going to try it out on is some greasy nuts and bolts. So we'll give it a shot, see what we got, and we'll just kind of take it from there. Okay, this is what we're cleaning, a handful of nuts and bolts and whatnot off of the S10. We're going to throw them in here momentarily. And we got the Harbor Freight brand cleaning stuff, powder, jazz that they sell. Fill the unit with warm water to the mark. Here's the warm water. Just below the max mark. Looks good to me. To go to 480, which is where I want to clean it at, press the on button to begin the cleaning cycle. It's counting down right now. Well, I guess we'll come back here in a few minutes and see what it looks like. Okay, it's time to take it out and see what we got. First impression is the water is really murky, really dirty right now. Like some of the hardware is caught on the edge. I'll tell you what, I gotta admit, first impression, I'm pretty impressed. I ran this thing without realizing what the TC button was for, which is the heat cycle. So it ran the ultrasonic cleaning on whatever temperature the water was that came out of the faucet. I'm gonna grab the camera and show you real quick what it looks like up close. Okay, there's the water. As you can see, it is just nasty mud colored water. Whatever that powder is that they put in there is real slimy to the touch. There's the hardware that came out of it. I didn't expect for any of the rust to come off of it. The camera probably doesn't do it much justice, but I'll tell you right now, that stuff is way cleaner than it was when it went in there. So I'm going to do this one more time, and I'm going to try it out on the heat cycle and see what it does. Okay, the heated cycle is ended. Now, I'll say this, these parts were kind of greasy, I guess. I don't know if that's really the right way to say it. Greasy, dirty. And if you look, the grease and stuff is still on it pretty good, whatever it was. I'm just going to put it right under the water in the sink and see if that stuff just rinses off of it. You can see a very clear line there where this was in the the cleaner itself stops right about there, and this part was not. So this was submerged in the cleaner, this was not. All I did was rinse it off under the faucet and rub my fingers across it. As you can see, it looks brand new right there. So I would say that there's still a little bit of post-clean depending on what it is that you're working on. Let's try this one right here and see what it does. Same thing with this one. You can see where it was submerged in the cleaner from here down, and from here over it wasn't. Again, it took a little bit of rubbing to get the dirt and grease off of it. This particular piece could probably stand to go back a second time, but huge improvement, especially for only being in there all of 4 minutes or so. Now let's see what the hardware looks like. And just for the record, the water is pretty stinking hot to the touch. Okay, right now we're going to rinse the parts off in some hot water. All in all, I would say the majority of this hardware is pretty stinking clean for not having to touch it at all. There's a few of them like this one right here that had some grease caked on it that just didn't come off. There's probably a million different ways to handle that, but in general, the ones that had moderate to heavy crustiness came pretty stinking clean. I am impressed for only 480 seconds in the cleaner. So I would say it's money well spent. It really just depends on your needs, your purposes, and how you use the thing. But in general, for me, works great. So, having said that, that is the end of the video. Thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment down below, tell me what you think. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.